Since when did the DOJ become the KGB? Literally using government as a weapon against its people.
Mr. Trump said today on his social media platform, Truth Social, that the indictments are, quote, are all part of my political opponent's election plan and that Crooked Joe pushed this litigation hard to get it done. This comes after a Washington judge set a March 4th trial date for Mr. Trump on federal charges he conspired to overturn the 2020 election, the day before Super Tuesday. We're joined now by Hans von Spakovsky, Senior Legal Fellow at the Heritage Foundation and former Justice Department attorney. Hans, welcome to the show. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so President Trump has this new TV ad out that shows how numerous Democrats like Hillary Clinton, Stacey Abrams, who's from Georgia, claimed elections that they were a part of were stolen, yet they weren't prosecuted for those claims. So does this indictment create a dangerous precedent for anyone down the road who may question elections in the future?
Well, it does. I mean, this indictment in Georgia is a profound attack on the First Amendment. Donald Trump and his many co-defendants are being accused of engaging in a criminal conspiracy. Why? Well, because they questioned the outcome of the 2020 election. That is fully protected by the First Amendment. And this indictment, it's a spurious indictment filed by a politically ambitious local prosecutor.
So one of the interesting things, as we just found out recently, is social media posting several years ago from Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis shows that she was pushing election rumors, including about water leaks during the 2020 vote count. So how does that show that she was also concerned about irregularities herself, and now she's indicting somebody off of the same thing?
Yeah, that's just another sign of how this is a political prosecution, short of facts, short of the law. And that is just, like I said, just another example of it. Keep in mind also that she already was previously disciplined by a judge in Fulton County when she publicly announced that the then senator, now lieutenant governor of the state, was a target of her grand jury investigation, and then promptly went and used that in a fundraiser for the Democrat running against the lieutenant governor. A judge basically told her that she could no longer do that and disqualified her from targeting the lieutenant governor with her grand jury investigation. That's just another sign of what a partisan she is and how she's trying to use this grand jury indictment for partisan political purposes.
Okay, let me ask you this, Hans, as someone who understands our justice system so well. Trump was getting advice from his lawyers about what to do about the election that they said they believed was stolen from them. If you are someone who's taking advice from your lawyer, even if it's bad advice, are you held responsible for that information and the advice that they're giving?
No, and that's another reason why this is such a spurious indictment, because it's not only an attack on the First Amendment, it's an attack on the way our legal system works. I mean, keep in mind that many of the co-defendants are also Trump's former lawyers. They've been indicted for doing what they are supposed to do, which is to vigorously represent their clients. And the fact that a claim they make may turn out later to be wrong, or a court may not agree with it, doesn't suddenly make them part of a criminal conspiracy. And a client like Donald Trump has a right to rely on the advice being given by his lawyer.
So what kind of charges could you face because of this if you are getting charged because of advice you took from your lawyer?
Well, like I said, this just totally upends our entire legal system. Look, not only should these charges never have occurred, but the very fact that Fani Willis would engage in this kind of behavior, I think, frankly, is unethical, unprofessional behavior by her. And I actually think she should be disbarred for engaging in this kind of behavior. Whether that'll ever happen, I don't know. That takes a brave judicial system and judges and a bar association willing to actually do something about it.
How difficult is this going to make things for former President Trump? And Is this judge playing politics by putting the trial on this day?
The timing of this has been impeccable, and it is absolutely politically motivated. If you look what she's done to raise funds off of this, who she's donated to, what she's promised. Since when did the DOJ become the KGB? Literally using government as a weapon against its people. This is a government that's supposed to be based on the people, not on a government power. This country was founded off of questioning government, and now we're being prosecuted for questioning government. That's a very, very dangerous precedent. It's not just President Trump that's suffering. We have almost 20 people being prosecuted for similar charges, including lawyers being prosecuted for defending people who are questioning the government. This makes no sense at all, and it is outside the law. It's outside of politics even. This is absolutely prejudicial, and the timing couldn't be worse. Quite frankly, it's probably helping President Trump in his popularity polls, but it's not going to help with the election process, and certainly not with the trustworthiness of how we view the government.
I do want to talk about the state indictment in your state of Georgia. Newsweek has just uncovered old social media posts from Fulton County District DA Fani Willis, who was she's obviously prosecuting Trump in that case there, but she was pushing rumors of election interference about a water leak during the 2020 vote count. Is this a double standard here by her, and now she is indicting former President Trump for this?
Of course it's a double standard. It doesn't even matter if it was or not. The fact that she's prosecuting people for questioning something is absolutely ridiculous. Like I said, we are founded on a nation that questions government, that empowers people, that doesn't trust government in general, the powers of government, and to do something that looks so overbearing, something that you are literally put in jail until proven innocent, based on the assumption that you shouldn't be able to question the government's power or anything that's come up with, is ridiculous, and it's counterproductive, and it's un-American.
Your district includes Fulton County, where this indictment is taking place. You're home on August recess. What are you hearing from your constituents about this fourth indictment?
There's real anger out there. Most people see it as something that's politically motivated, which it is. They're concerned because if you can't protect yourself as a former president, as a billionaire, then what average person is going to be able to protect themselves? This is why even in the January 6th trials, people are worried that you're not going to get a speedy trial, that you're not going to get a fair trial, that nothing is going to be treated with fairness when it comes to we the people trying to defend against one branch of the government, and that the other branches can't help you. That whether you're a congressman or a president, you can't defend yourself against the judicial process. And that's something as worrisome as anything we've ever seen. If anybody's ever seen or read the book Gulag Archipelago by Solzhenitsyn, it talks about an overbearing government that basically at one time seemed like it was in favor of the people, and then as soon as it's used against you, watch out, because now it's so powerful you cannot fight back. And that's where real problems start with governments.